Hey guys, I'm back for another edition of a Chatty Get Ready with me. So if you are new to this channel, you probably don't want to watch this video. I don't blame you because I'm just gonna be talking about random stuff. You can definitely go check out my other videos, and hopefully you'll find something you like and decide to subscribe. Otherwise, welcome back and I hope you will like this video. Okay, let's get into it. So today actually I just washed my face. I haven't done any skincare yet. I'm gonna start off with some skincare. And I know a lot of you have been asking me about an update on this. As a reminder, I got this like last summer. It's been sitting refrigerated, so it's not expired or anything. It's been refrigerated since then. I got it in the darkspots.com sale and I just haven't used it because I had other vitamin C products to get through, and also I wanted to like test the neon products. Anyway, a lot of reasons why I didn't end up using it until just recently. So I finally have cracked this open and have been using it this last month. I do like it, I'm not gonna lie, but it's bloody expensive. I got this 25% off. It's regularly priced $80, so I got this, 25% of that is $60. So that is like my bar of like what I'm generally willing to spend on a 1 fluid ounce thing of skincare. This at $80 I think is still too expensive. It is, I mean, honestly, people love this for a reason. It's a very, sorry, you can't really see that. It's a very pleasant product. It kind of has a greasy feeling when you first put it on. And I don't know, it's pleasant. Okay, I totally get it. But honestly, it's not that dissimilar from the Timeless vitamin C serum with ferulic acid that I used in my previous videos and have used for a long time and like. So I haven't noticed anything different in using this versus that or any other vitamin C kind of product. I would say in general, my whole, this whole area of skin, if you've seen earlier videos, I had a very dark spot here, dark spot here, which it's not just from these potent creams and whatnot. I actually had that removed. I mean, not really removed. I went to the dermatologist when did I go? Like a year and a half ago, and it was much darker before I started even making YouTube videos. So she actually had it frozen off, she used, what is it called? I can't think of the name. Dry ice? Not dry. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. The really, really cold stuff. It's actually a type of therapy that you can use on dark spots. Consult your dermatologist. So she actually treated that dark spot specifically with whatever, the frozen dry ice. I don't know what it's called. I can't think of it right now. And initially for the first month after that, I was like, this is horrible. It was a giant red mark. I was really worried it was going to be permanent. Slowly over time it started going away, and I would say it's just been consistently decreasing. So like I said, right now I don't have, yeah, it is on this side. I'm trying to remember, was it on this side? No, it was definitely this side. So right now I don't have any makeup on. I just put on the vitamin C serum you saw, but you can see, and you've probably seen in earlier videos even, that this used to be a little bit darker, and you can see there's still some darkness, but it's so much better. I think it's because of, first of all, the treatment that I had, the cryogenic treatment, and then combined with kind of ongoing use of the vitamin C, niacinamide, all of these things that treat hyperpigmentation. It's been super gradual, but I'm very pleased with the progress. And that's another reminder why you should always, always, always wear sunscreen. I didn't do it when I was growing up, because I was just assuming that, I was in the daylight for 5 minutes a day walking to and from the train station. Did I really need to get sunscreen? Answer is yes, because that's how this eventually started showing up on my face. So all times, at all, anytime you're in daylight, even if you're in the shade, you want to be sunscreened up. Speaking of which, or actually, I guess I'll put on some moisturizer first. So the other thing right now that's going on with my skin, I have no idea what this is. The other night, it's like a little dry patch. Is this what eczema is? I honestly don't know. So the other night I was just watching TV, or I don't know, watching something on YouTube maybe, and I just felt something here and I just started picking at it absentmindedly. And then I was like, oh, wait a second, what the heck am I doing? Went to the mirror and saw that I had just given myself this big patch of like grossness. Yeah, so I have no idea what caused this little patch and then how I kept exacerbating the situation. So I have been using my La Roche-Posay Lipikar Eczema Cream. I love La Roche-Posay, I have to say. So I've obviously been familiar with this brand for a long time. I think they recently started being more proactive in the US market because I've seen them in Canada for a long time, but it's only been in the last few years, I would say, that I've started seeing them now in the US. I now see them at Target, so they are an excellent brand. And I actually got this same, or no, I guess it's a different line, but I got this Nutritic lip balm when I was in Paris, just from one of their pharmacies there. Love it. It's like the best lip balm ever. I got a 2-pack of this and I've been using it very regularly. I know a lot of you love that like Laneige sleeping mask. I've given it more chances and I have to say I'm not a fan of that Laneige sleeping mask. I think it's a no-go product for me. This is great. I love it. Okay, so sorry. So then onto the eczema thing. So this is, it's a giant ass tube. It's very similar to the Eucerin eczema cream, very similar to the First Aid Beauty eczema, or First Aid Beauty cream, which also has colloidal oatmeal, so essentially it is an eczema cream as well. Anyhow, it's for face and body. I usually wouldn't have this much moisturizer on for daytime, but because I'm having issues, I don't even know what that is. This is so great because it's so soothing and just pleasant. How long has this video been going on for already? I think it's already like far too long. So that is, that's gonna be the extent of my morning skincare right now because I don't understand what's going on with this. And I don't want to do too much. And honestly, this Lipikar stuff is great. I use it for face, body. I'm just gonna put some on my hands right now. It's great. For the hands, I would say it's not the most fast absorbing. And so, if you have to go from this and then go to type on the computer or something, it's gonna be a little bit greasy for a little bit. So, I mean, same goes for the face, but whatever. This shiny look is very in style right now, so on trend. Okay, now for sunscreen. You know what, I've had this Elta MD, you've seen this before, I've had this for a long time, I just haven't finished it yet. So I think I'm just gonna focus and use this up. Plus it's tinted, which is great. I generally don't like to put tinted stuff on my neck, so I'm actually gonna go apply a different sunscreen that I like to use for the body. It's like one of those Japanese sunscreens. It's the Nivea one. I've mentioned it for sure before in videos, so I will just link it down below. Okay, so that's my sunscreen. I am also gonna go use this Boots number, I keep saying Boots, because I think it used to be called Boots number 7, but now it's just rebranded as number 7. So I'm gonna use this number 7 City Light Tinted Moisturizer. It's very similar, I mean, it's also got SPF, but it's only SPF 15. I mean, it's not that dissimilar from the Elta MD, but I think it has a little bit more coverage. So, particularly on my little hot spot there. And I just use this like I would use a CC cream, so obviously I've already applied moisturizer and I've already applied sunscreen. And here I am applying a little bit more. This obviously needs some more help, so what do I have that's gonna be the best for covering that? I don't know. Oh, actually, you know what? This Pure, I've used this before as well, this Pure Bare It All foundation is way too intense to use as a foundation in my opinion. It is like super thick and I like to use it as a concealer. Yeah, there you go. There you go, little angry red spot. You guys seem to enjoy my ramblings about books, so I will just give a little update on that. So in my previous Chatty Get Ready With Me video like this, I talked about how I was looking for book recommendations. In that video, I actually also updated it like prior to publishing, so I actually had a little pop-up that said I was reading Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel. And basically it's about Tudor England from the perspective of Thomas Cromwell. And it's fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and then I watched the BBC like masterpiece theater production of Wolf Hall on Amazon Prime. It's streaming on Amazon Prime. So I'm now like super just fascinated by Tudor England, and you know, obviously this is the story of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn and all of his, and you know, Catherine and all of his other wives. And there's just a lot of detail that I didn't really know about. You know, I've seen like The Tudors on Showtime, I think it was on Showtime, many years ago, but I don't really remember it. And it's, you know, obviously it's super fantasized on that program, and I'm sure other pop culture representations, but in the Hilary Mantel book, it's still fiction because obviously we don't have the details, but you know, she imagined this super vivid life for Thomas Cromwell, and he is such a fascinating character. Yeah, I mean, super fascinating. I figured that I might like it because I generally like historical fictions, and this is like historical semi-fiction. It's obviously based on reality and has a lot of truth to it, but there are just things that are imagined and just written excellently. So Wolf Hall, if you are curious or if you like that genre of book, is really good. So now I'm reading, what is it called? Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. Someone actually mentioned it in my previous video in the comments, and can't find my powder. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna use this new powder that I got. It's this Bobbi Brown loose powder. Sorry, it looks so dirty. Bobbi Brown loose powder that I bought on sale from like Nordstrom Rack for, I don't know, $10, $16, something relatively low priced. I don't like it that much, I have to say. It's not as good as my drugstore Maybelline Fit Me. Whoa, shoot, okay. That was a lot too. I'm not really trying to be baking here, so anyway. Yeah, so now I'm reading the Little Fires Everywhere, someone had mentioned it, and also I joined a book club, and actually that happened to be the book for this month in my book club. So I'm making, I started off really strong, made really good progress on it, and then got really busy with work and making YouTube videos, and I am now kind of just stuck like maybe a quarter of the way through. I really enjoyed it so far. So far it's been very like a lot of exposition, just a lot of like showing you the life of these characters, and I actually really enjoy that. In the reviews that I read on Amazon for the book, people were like, ugh, this is so slow, it's like the first quarter sucks. Honestly, I have really enjoyed the first quarter of the book. I'm just now getting into the like main plot drivers, and so I mean it's only just started, so I don't know, it hasn't really hooked me as much. Yeah, I actually really more preferred the more introspective look at the characters and the family involved in this story, but anyhow, I need to get back to it because my book club is monthly and we're discussing it at the end of this month. And this one I'm actually reading rather than listening to on Audible, so that's a shock. That's on that book, and I don't know what we'll read next month. I don't know what else. In my Audible right now, I actually have a bunch of books downloaded. They're mostly nonfiction. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's next in my reading here. All right, now I'm gonna do my brows, and as I mentioned before, this NYX pencil is great. Like, don't get me wrong, I still love the Anastasia Dip Brow, and I'll tell you the difference. Like, this gets the job done super fast, is almost no effort for me. The thing is, if you like using this, you need to still use some sort of brow gel to make sure, especially if you have like long eyebrow hairs like I do, you need some sort of brow gel to just like make sure that those hairs stay where they should. Like the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade obviously is adding color and is a pomade, and so it's actually doing the shaping in that way for you. So with this, you just have to add a little brow gel, but then this is honestly 10 times faster than the Dip Brow. The other nice thing though with the Dip Brow is I find it has maybe like a little bit longer staying power, so that's another thing. Brush it out, and this has a handy little brush. And honestly, it's such good value. I think this is $10, maybe 12, I can't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure it's $10 or 12. But it's just, I mean, it's a great product. Big fan. Now with my brow gel, I'm using the Lancome Sourcils Styler, and yeah, this is again just for the purpose of holding these long ass eyebrow hairs in place. All right, so I have to complain about something. Freaking lawn care, you guys. Now, I live like in the city. I don't live like in the suburbs. So it's a house, and I have a tiny little yard because it's like a city house, and so there's a tiny, tiny little spot of green, not big. And I just assumed like, I don't know what I assumed. I didn't know. Like I had these, now I realize I've come to learn that they are actually weeds. I just assumed they were grass because they look like grass. I didn't know they were not grass. And I just assumed that like my little patch of grass was just some sort of grass that grew really fast. And it's only been recently that we've been informed that actually no, those are all weeds. Your entire backyard, basically, my entire backyard is just covered in weeds that look like grass. And I don't really know like what's the difference, what makes it more of a weed versus a grass, except practically it is really annoying because these weeds grow like 4 times faster than normal grass. And so if I didn't take care of it in terms of like treating it like a weed rather than a grass, it means I would need to bring in the like lawnmower guy like, 5 times a month rather than like every 2 weeks. So that's the practical issue that I'm facing. And I'm just in general so annoyed. Like I hate lawns. It's the worst waste. It's such a wasteful thing in general, particularly if you live in an area that's like, if I'm like Arizona, New Mexico. I think nowadays more and more people don't have lawns there, and they have like the nice like rock yards or cacti yards, whatever. And that's great because you don't need a freaking lawn when you don't have water, and it's such a pain in the ass. You have to pay for the lawnmower or do it yourself. Sure, you can do it yourself, but it's like, who wants to do that? So you pay for the lawnmower guy, you pay for watering the crap out of it all the time, you pay to have it taken care of with all the weeds, and I'm never out there. I'm not like using the lawn. It's just for other people to see, and it's so annoying. If you have a family, if you have kids, I can see the value in it, but then still, you don't really need it for your front yard, right? I have it on my front yard and my backyard. Anyway, I don't know. I hate this lawn culture. I'm sure it's changing. I hope it's changing, but for sure, I am very much contemplating like investing in some serious landscaping to just rip that out and put in like rocks. Not like, not just flat out rocks, but like put in like more low maintenance type of plants and rocks and whatever. Xeriscaping, I believe is what it's called. Because it's a huge pain in the butt. Yeah. I don't know. You guys, I mean, for you guys who have awesome lawns and are really proud of your lawns, let me know what your secrets are. I'm new, my boyfriend's new, relatively new to like this for ourselves because we both are used to living in a condo or apartment or something where someone else, there's no lawn basically. And, ugh, God. It's annoying because I'm like, the reason why this house was appealing is because it has such a small lawn, yet still, here I am, dealing with a tiny ass lawn covered in weeds. Weeds that look like grass, which is also the infuriating part because it looks like really healthy grass. Meanwhile, the grass underneath is like dying. Oh, God, okay, enough about my lawn nightmare. Alright, now I'm gonna just use some of this Tartus palette to just, you know, do a little pizzazzing on the eyelids, which is always nice. Just a base neutral color. Then like a little pinkish color. In general, I find these like dusty rose, coppery, rusty tones look nice. All right, what else? What else do I have to talk about, you guys? Oh, I'm just realizing this color really doesn't go with this sweater that I'm wearing. Incidentally, I love this sweater. I love this, you know, this pinky color is very like the color of spring, and it's so pretty. It's just such a nice color. This sweater is from Grana. I don't know if they still have it. I bought this like a while ago. And then it's just all about blend, right? This is what I've learned from watching YouTube, guys. Just blend that shit to infinity. Okay, so tonight I am excited though. Tonight I'm gonna be going out with some girlfriends and I don't even know what we're doing yet, so it'll be nice. It'll be nice to unwind a bit. Like, seriously, I also have to say, big difference from my 20s to my 30s now is that in my 20s I used to drink a lot more. Like, a lot. And I'm sure part of that is also living in New York versus not living in New York, but now I just don't even want to drink. I just want to be high on life, guys. No, I'm so not serious. But yeah, like, well, first of all, I won't drink anything unless it's like a nice wine or fancy cocktail. That sounds so pretentious and it's totally not true at all, so I don't know why I just said that. But I mean, in general, I do love like a good cocktail. What are your favorite cocktails? I'm very curious. I love like a strong cocktail. My very most favorite drink, like actual specific drink from a specific place, and this is circa 2000, I don't know, 2009, a long time ago, is from the Violet Hour in Chicago. It was one of the early like trendsetters in this whole speakeasy cocktail place, and they had a drink, or I'm sure they still have it on their menu. It's been a long time since I've been there though. They have a drink called, I mean, it's a standard drink, you know, dark and stormy, but their version of it is so delicious. Their version has a ton of like ginger and I don't know, it uses like different types of rum, like many different types of like aged rum. I don't know, it's just so amazing. I do love just a regular dark and stormy as well, but for sure the Violet Hour circa 2009, and who knows how they are today, but they had the best. They have my favorite drink ever, and that's their dark and stormy, their interpretation of it. But otherwise, I generally like to imbibe. I generally like to imbibe in some whiskey drinks or gin drinks, like cocktails, or like drinks with aperitifs, like, I can't think of the name, the red aperitif, you know what I'm talking about, the Italian one that's very popular, that you mix with soda and champagne. Oh, so good. Oh man, cocktails. Okay, now I'm ready for a cocktail. Even though, as I was saying, in my 30s, I drink so much less. I don't know, it's like, one, it's like health I mean, I use health loosely, more like calories. I don't want to waste the calories if I'm not going to be like drunk. I have a very high tolerance, so unless I'm going in for like 3 or 4 cocktails, I just think it's a caloric waste to have less than that. So, man, so practical now in my older age. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna, let's see, put on some mascara and then, oh yeah, I'll use this actually. This is the Patchology Lip Service, which I received. Oh my gosh, guys, this brand, it's great. I know they're just founded by some like HBS people. Like, you know, totally out there for profit. But hey, I mean, all brands are, I guess. But their products are great. This is a gloss to balm treatment. And it's just so shiny. And it's not that sticky. I wouldn't call this necessarily like a great lip treatment. As I said again, my La Roche-Posay Nutritic Lip-In is much better at that. This, however, this gloss is serious and it stays. Okay. Yeah, let me just put on some mascara and then we'll call it a day, I think. And today I'm just using this Hypnose Drama. And again with just my sumptuous, a little bit on the bottom. Alright you guys, now I just have to go deal with this mop of a head and my hair, and that'll be it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
I fell asleep amid the flowers. For a couple of hours. On a beautiful day. Daydream. I dream of you amid the flowers. For a couple of hours.